All right, so Judy. This is an aggressive deck that's playing things like Rhythm of the Wild and Judith here, along with a bunch of small creatures. One of the things that I was thinking about looking at this deck list is I'm not sure if this is a good Rhythm of the Wild deck or not. In my experience, Rhythm of the Wild, while it's good against control, I think the fact that this card is going to curve out into Rhythm, like if you play a 1-drop creature, a 2-drop creature, and then play Rhythm on 3, that's not really what you want to be doing with this card, right? I feel like Rhythm of the Wild tends to be better in decks that are going bigger up the curve, so you can play Rhythm on 2 or 3 and then follow up with big creatures, whereas this deck is probably more interested in playing creatures before it, and then like you play this card and aren't getting valued from it. So I think this is a card that I'm interested to see if it feels good or not. It's probably going to be one of the first cards I'm going to be looking to cut if it doesn't. Yeah, but like maximize, so like while you could go Llanowar Elf Rhythm double 2-drop, like maximizing your best starts like isn't really what you want to do. Like all of your starts where you have Llanowar Elves are going to be good for you. Yeah, the Deckmaster overlay is loaded on my end, so if it hasn't popped up for you after the Moto stream, you might need to refresh your browser. I think I'd rather cut Rhythm rather than try and maximize. So like here, let's watch this game, right? Like this is definitely the best possible start for Rhythm. So let's see how it feels. This hand is very good. This is like one of the, like I said, this is one of the best possible starts to Rhythm. That being said, this Enforcer is like a giant brick wall for us, right? So if I tap this and cast this, I can play this with haste, and then I can play Judy, play Footlight Fiend. Yeah, I agree, SCTR. Some Poison Tip Archer seems sweet. Reaper does also seem good. And the Reaper, baby. I think I'm just gonna give this haste since this has Death Touch anyways. Krasis turn seeds more bits. Thank you, Saga. I appreciate it. I'll get those added after we're done. Done today for sure. Judith with Llanowar Elves is really sweet because like normally Llanowar Elves starts to feel real bad as the game goes longer, but like with Judith that's just like not the case. Haste, 1/1 counter. I'm not going to attack with Judy because I don't want to trade her with this Death Touch creature here. I'd have to look at the mana. I'm not sure if the mana base supports black on 3 or 4. Spawn of Mayhem is a good card, but it definitely casting cost considerations. That's brutal. So I guess I'm playing this out as a 4/4. 5/4, sorry, because of Judy. Sure, but like being your only double color doesn't mean you have enough lands in your mana base to make it work. Because remember, our mana base is a little bit stressed out by the fact that we're looking to play Llanowar Elves on 1 as well. So like our mana base is skewed for Llanowar Elves already. Yeah, theater would be good here. The rhythm's been a little bit mediocre, right? Like it hasn't really done much. How many hours of my stream am I usually standing? Usually about 2/3 of it. No, I expected no changes in Modern, so the fact that they banned something actually was a surprise. They played a green land here, notably, so there's some Abzan cards in their deck. Probably base black-white with a small green splash. What's going on, Bunch of Garrett? Welcome. Alright, well, we do get to kill their Bellhaunt here, at least. With all these triggers. Yeah, imagine if this was a card with text here. Yeah, I'm not really interested in trading with the Knight token and doing 2 to their face. They're not going to trade with Bellhaunt, most likely. That's sweet. Okay, so they have a splash for Find Finality. Feeling pretty unwinnable at this point. I guess this is okay. I don't have a good removal spell for this, though. Rhythm is useful here. All our things are too larger. I guess they're down to 7. A Johnny plus Orzhov Enforcer is really sweet. I think there's a good chance this card becomes a staple of black decks in this format. I guess if I just keep drawing creatures here, Fireblade Artist can maybe end the game. All right.
See in yourself what I see in you.
Yeah, it does. The Dusk Legion Zealot definitely makes the, hey, we're gonna burn them out eventually plan much better. Maybe I should have sacrificed this turn. Just like planned on drawing a creature. I probably should have done that. Should have sacrificed the Zhur-Taa I already had. I don't remember. I didn't have a reaction on stream. I don't really care about Modern. They could do whatever they want. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I gave up hoping for changes in Modern a long time ago. Yeah, so they'd be dead next turn. They'd be dead next turn. So there are the beginning of your heads. I'm actually gonna lose because I waited a turn. So I could have pulled this out by sacrificing things to Fireblade Artist if I would have started a turn sooner. But they get to ultimate their Ajani here. Oh, they hit the Brasco, so it didn't matter. Got it.
Coming until it's too late.
Yeah, Ajani seems very, very good in their deck. This can't be blocked by black creatures. That seems real good. Definitely want my extra theaters. Scrag and Hellkite. Going over the top seems reasonable in this matchup. This Zhur-Taa kind of just gets like major stonewalled. What changes do you want in Modern? Nothing. I just want to play Standard. Let people who like Modern play Modern, and let those of us who don't play other formats. It's fine. I enjoy formats that tend to be more fair on average, and Modern really isn't fair. I like this go slightly bigger plan. Elves help enable that too, right? Like 4 elves plus 23 lands, 27 mana sources. No, I don't think Muldrotha is very good. I think anytime you play Muldrotha, you'd rather just like have a different finisher. Like having to untap with your 6-drop for it to be good generally isn't a great place to be in life. This turn's pretty great. I get to go Blood Crypt into Footlight Fiend and then double up these on 2. Was there a point where you'd say Modern went from fair to unfair? It's been unfair for a long time. It started when they banned Birthing Pod. So when they banned Birthing Pod and then Splinter Twin, the format changed pretty drastically. Yeah, and in that deck, that's also true. Muldrotha would just turn on the removal. I agree with that assessment. There isn't really info stacks. They haven't even posted what sets it's gonna include. They've just said that it exists, basically. I don't know what Tattered Mummy is. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this and keep Footlight Fiend around for now. Drawing our other lands here seems great. Basically, by activating my Firebrand there, I'm choosing which creature they block instead of them getting to choose. They played Vraska as well as Find Finality last game. Did Teamer counters completely fall off the list? No, it just got pushed further down. Other people donated to see other things. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this exchange, I think. If they block, I adapt and Ether Knight. And then the question becomes, do I want to get Theater of Horrors going sooner? Like, this buys them tempo, but, like, it still gives me another card. Like, this seems fine for me. I get to, like, eat your thing for free. I think I probably want to get Theater of Horrors going before I get Vinemare down, just because, like, I want to have cards to play through a Finality, basically. Yeah, I'm just waiting for something better, Gengar. Waiting for something to, like, power up my Footlight Fiend a little bit. So if they down-tick this, I kill it with Firebrand. And if they don't down-tick this, I get to just pressure it with my creatures. Hey, Captain Jack, thank you for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So I could play Judy here, and then Firebrand kills... Yeah, so I'm going to wait on the Theater one more turn again. And now Firebrand kills this. And then Footlight Fiend kills Vraska.
Flatter yourself.
Yeah, so Theater's really good out of these aggro decks because, generally speaking, post-board, all of these midrange decks bring in more removal, which is going to allow them to drag the game out longer against you. Maybe I'm waiting too long on Theater. I don't know. Getting Vinemare down here to, like, punch through their Seraph is real powerful, though. It's like, this basically forces them to Finality if they have it. Now we're dead. Am I dead now? Probably. Do I have any outs? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, let's rebuild this a little bit and get some actual interaction in here. I can't take Lyra off the table, Mazer Mouse. She's at X5, and I can only deal 4, even if they block. Alright, so I'm gonna cut these Rhythm of the Wilds. I think my assessment that they're kind of mediocre is gonna hold true, and I definitely need some removal in here. Really love Collision Colossus. Let's get that card in here. And then let's put a couple of, what's the... Poison Tip Archer. Let's get a couple of those in. I think this card's a sweet piece of top end. The rest seems fine. I say I have Fight with Fires to kill to kill those as well. This isn't a mid-range deck, it's an aggro deck. So, have a quick timeout. Nobody called it a mid-range deck. Ravager. No, I think the worm's a little bit too slow. Do I want anything else? I think this is fine. We found the best Theater of Horrors deck? Nope. We played a few ones that felt okay. Yeah, I think Rhythm belongs more in decks that are going bigger as opposed to this deck where it's lower to the ground. Like I said, Rhythm shines when you play it out and then play bigger creatures up the curve after it to give it haste, whereas this deck is trying to play a bunch of low to the ground creatures. Love the no-nonsense streaming. Keep it up. Thanks for the 2 months, Aussie Pants. I appreciate that. Welcome back. For keeping me employed here. Guess it's sweet. Elf on 1 into Growth Chamber Footlight on 2. Does this deck have enough red sources? Yeah, I think so. Why do you say that? How many red sources do you think we're missing? I think I'm gonna go double Footlight Fiend here, just because I'd rather not lose this to a shock right away. That's terrifying. Morning, awesome. Life is swell. Standard is great. Arena is awesome. I wonder if we're supposed to have some Lava Coils in our sideboard. There's Fight with Fires in there right now, but I think I need to sit here and play a little bit of defense. ABSK, I think were those initials. Thanks for the tip. Please put my donation towards whatever you want. I enjoy watching you have fun. Well, thanks for the support. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm gonna attack with one of these. Then this can trade here, this can trade here. It is kind of fascinating, I agree. If they have a Lightning Strike or a Wizard Lightning here, they can do both of those with the Growth Chamber Guardian, which probably means, I think I probably should have left this back. This was likely a mistake. Risk factor. Alright, well that has to happen. We're probably just dead here, because, like, next turn I have to let them draw cards. Firm disagree. I think Modern's the worst that it's arguably ever been, and Standard's probably the best that it's ever been. And you saying that you think Modern would have as many people sent tomorrow's Modern list. It is fair. Oh, found my crown. Thank you for the biddies, SCTR. I appreciate the support. Like, Modern's fine, but I think you show a huge bias if you think that Standard Arena is the only reason that the numbers here are better. It would definitely get more viewers on Arena, but definitely think. Thanks for the absurd support, SCTR. We're probably dead here, because, like, I have to give them 3 cards with this risk factor, because otherwise the Fanatical Firebrand kills us. I don't have a lot of pressure left over here. Doesn't that just fix everything? No. Do you think that all non-rotating formats eventually go the way of Modern of Legacy and get dominated by very linear decks? Well, Legacy's not dominated by linear decks. So, no, I don't think they all go that way. You know what? They shoot my elf here. I'm a little bit sad. Okay, they're shooting me. I had to come just for the deck name. I know how to name my decks, okay? I understand what people want. If they don't draw a bunch of burn here, we might be en route to stabilizing. JK, dead. This is not a theater matchup. I don't have any tools in my sideboard for this matchup. So I guess we need to revisit that again. Just have actual 0 cards. I guess I'm bringing in Fight with Fire. But there definitely should be like a set of Lava Coils in my board, I think. Probably like trim a Fight, trim the Banefire, trim a Vinemare. Shocklands are generally the better duels to get first, which is why I'd recommend buying Guild's booster packs. Again, at the end of the day, if you enjoy Modern, that's great. Go enjoy it. Not everybody has to like every format of Magic. Right? It's just like I said, I think it's silly to write off this format. This client is only good because this format is only popular because of the client, not because the format is also good. Keep in mind that if you want to ask why not questions for various cards that we may or may not be playing, you need to read the stream rules for intelligent and correct ways to approach those. There's a bunch of good examples in there. I think I'm just having this kill this. I can attack for 2. I don't know if that's strictly true, Rex. I don't think there's really any good metrics to base that off of. Well, and this is one of the tough parts about playing a 3-color aggro deck, right? Like, my opponent has gotten 6 free points of damage this game because I've let on 3 shock lands, which makes your mono red matchup hard. Hey, NNN, thank you for the 11-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I agree, Big Kitty. Yeah, we're very dead here. Let's get some cheap interaction on our sideboard. Might even want cheap interaction in the main, honestly. I think playing red and not having a bunch of Lava Coils is generally a mistake. This card's really good in the format in general. Just like answers a lot of things that you want to answer. Not a huge fan of Fight with Fire. I also think Banefire is a little bit medium. Oh, Moment of Craving. How many black do we have? We probably have enough black to play Moment of Craving. This is 8, 11, 13. There's 13 black. Maybe I want some Moments. Yeah, Moment is pretty good. Hey, Dinkaro, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Hey, welcome, welcome. Moment's probably a good idea. It can help us, like, make up for some of the health that we're dealing to ourselves. I like that idea a lot. Just, like, try not to die. Are these worth playing? Yeah, I feel like I want to play some games with these. That plus Judith is really potent. The elves are in the deck because they help you play your cards ahead of curve. And once you're done playing your 3 drops ahead of curve, they also attack for 2 with Judith in play and then deal damage when they die. I'd encourage you to read Skewer. I don't know, is there? Instead of asking me the card exists, can you, like, go look it up instead of, like, making me do your homework? Is there a black card from the new set that does something similar to Poison Tip Archer? Scrolling. Whenever another creature you control dies, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Vindicate Vampire. There is. Yeah, maybe that's interesting. So here's the thing. Don't put yourself down and say, I'm not a good player. How you become a better player and get to stop saying I'm not a good player is by having some critical thought into what you're doing. So stop and think. Be like, okay, why might this be good? Why might this be bad? And if you can't form a cohesive argument for why it's good or bad, it's probably fine, you know? But just think a little bit. And if you try and form an argument and your argument's not good, then we can dissect your argument and talk about why it might not be good. But your argument might be good and it might be worth making a change. If we hit a red source, we get to play a 4/4 here. Alright, we're dead. There's no wrap-up at the end of YouTube. No, I have no idea, Coma Cake. Actual no idea. I'm pretty sure Growth Chamber Guardian is good in that deck, because this card's just, like, good in everything. But I'm not sure that... I'm not sure if, like, the ramp creatures are good or not. You can always find my latest preferred versions of decks on my website, so if there's not a version on my website, you can... If it hasn't been changed on my website, you could know that I'm not 100% on it. That's basically what it comes down to. If I'm confident of a change, it goes on the website. If I'm not confident of a change, it doesn't end up there. The deck lists on my website are like living documents. So this hand's okay. I get to go ahead and shock in this and play it, and then now I can, like, play my lands a turn behind and still do stuff. So I can, like, Blood Crypt tap, play this as a 3/3, then, like, play Fireblade Artist on 3. How often do I update the website? Every time I play a deck and feel like a change needs to be made. So if there's a deck on the website and we play it on stream and we go, oh, this change was good, I then update the website after we're done streaming. Instead of me telling you your ideas are bad, instead tell me why your ideas are good. If I sit here and tell everybody every suggestion they make is bad, that's all I will do throughout the stream and I'll never get to talk about it. So this blocking as a 3/3 doesn't do much, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play this with haste. They have a Shocker, a Lightning Strike here. I mostly just like modeled my stream rules off of things that like I see other people do. When I'm watching someone else stream and their stream is just them sitting there telling other people why their ideas are bad, it's just like, this isn't good TV. I want to like watch you actually play the deck. Yeah, there's a lot of other chats where it's just mono backs. And like occasionally there's great ideas that come out of chat. So like that's why I say, you know, think about it and present a discussion instead of just like expecting me to say, no, that's dumb, don't do that. How do you feel about Vicious Conquistador as a spectator enabler? I think it's fine if your mana base is skewed to play a black spell on one, but it's kind of difficult to skew your mana base to play a black spell on one. Baby Dogs, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Yeah, I agree, Missile. Someone implied yesterday that like the only reason we had 10k people is because we were on the front page. It's like, well, not every stream that gets on the front page automatically has 10k people. No, it's still in the deck queue, Rex. If I play something, it ends up on YouTube. So if it's not on YouTube, then we haven't played it. I have no idea, Jensen. Let me ping them in Discord now. Is the mana good enough to run Chainwhirler in this deck? No. You need approximately 21 mana sources to play Chainwhirler of the color. I think we have like 14 or 15 red. We're probably dead here. I don't think we're beating this Experimental Frenzy. Yeah. So, we have card advantage in our deck. I get that, like, our opponent just played Experimental Frenzy, so we died. So that means everybody wants me to, like, ask why we're not playing Experimental Frenzy in general. But, like, we have Theater of Horrors. We could play Light Up the Stage. We have other sources of card advantage in our deck that aren't that card. So again, if you want me to play something else, use brain cells. Have a thought, put ideas around it. Say, Jeff, Frenzy's better than Theater of Horrors because, and then tell me why you think it's better. No, I don't think we had enough reach, Tom. I think we were gonna die. Why not ping the experiment and prevent them from... How do I ping? How do I ping? What? Ping the what? Like, the Frenzy's just gonna run away with the game. I don't have lightning strikes in my deck. I have no reach. My only reach is Judith. Only reach in the deck is this. Vampire does only work on your creatures. That's true. That's true. The gaining life is, like, really relevant, though. I definitely feel like we're struggling against the red aggressive decks just because we have 12 shock lands in our mana base. No, I'd rather play more Moment of Craving than Diamond Mare. Our deck's a lot of different colors, so Diamond Mare has pretty diminishing returns. Let's try again here. That's why I think those last 2 matches against Mono Red, I think are more Mono Red than I played against in the best of 3Q in like the last 4 times we played. Last 40 hours. Because I wanted to have reach. I wanted reach. I needed to kill them by burning them out. Like, it just doesn't matter. They didn't make more mana with the Steam Kid. He didn't, they're like, what you're talking about is irrelevant. The Steam Kid was dead. Yeah, the Steam Kid blocked a 4/4. Second land's a good draw. Next turn we get to go Elf plus Footlight Fiend. We can curve into Vindicate Vampire. We are currently missing a color here, though. Definitely, Jerry. Thanks for the biddies. Blue-black. Interesting. Okay. We could get Ritual Ascended next turn. Hacksaw, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Wow, that's brutal. Sometimes your aggro deck cues into the main deck fungal infection. Moving in the direction of dead here. Growth Chamber Guardian's like probably the best card in the set.
I am not.
Fold into 1. Thank you for the 7-month resub. Welcome back. I appreciate that. Land number 6. Gross. Alright, well that worked out better than expected.
Meet again.
You can find my current Jeskai control list on my website. It's been up there for a hot second. Lyra is scary. I don't have any more answers than this, though. Spellbreaker's probably fine here. I think I'm just trimming a couple of goblins. Kind of like my lowest card quality. I don't know if I want Vine Mare or not. Hexproof is okay. They have a bunch of sweepers, though. They have, like, Kaya's Wrath, and they have Cleansing Nova. Maybe it's just better than this Zhur-Taa Goblin, though. It's probably not unreasonable. And I think Hellkite's more for the mid-range matchups, where we're going to fly over their blockers. Would it be worth at all to try and do some number of Incubation Druid over the Riot Bear? Could, like, 3 Druids and some main deck number of coils? Yeah, I honestly, so, like, when I take a donation submission, I try to stay on theme. And, like, this deck was obviously built to be an aggro deck. So, like, I really don't want to, like, rebuild it to be a mid-range deck. I think there's probably a good mid-range Judith deck that's in Jund. But I think if we want to do that, it's different than what this deck submission was. I don't have the answers all. Like, everybody likes to be lazy and skip the homework. Like, people always like to come in and ask, well, like, oh, did this deck break it? Is this better than everything? Is this playable? Things like that. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Hang out and watch us play some games and maybe kind of come to some reasonable conclusions. If I could reach into the future and go, this is the truth, I wouldn't have to play with the decks. I'd just, like, look at the deck list and tell you this is great or this is bad. Not surprised to see Theater of Horrors go away there. It isn't a fair question. Get out of here. It's not. It's just everybody wants to just, like, have the shortcuts. And, like, there's people that are streaming that make Magic content. They're gonna lie to you. They're gonna tell you they broke it when they have no idea and haven't practiced. Just take a deep breath and, like, realize that it takes a while to solve these types of problems. I've actually been really impressed with Llanowar Elves Turtle Wasp, and I think this deck where we're getting to play Judith with it makes Llanowar Elves even better. Like, the fact that Llanowar Elves turns into a way to ping damage afterwards seems really powerful. I think I'm gonna get super aggressive here. I'm gonna slam this with haste and then play Fanatical Firebrand. I think we're probably gonna get Vraska's Contempted here. Yeah, I know. I'm not, chat's not gonna tilt me. I'm just gonna time more people out aggressively. Down to 3. Let's see if it's the land for the sweeper or not. Just cloned Berbering Mystic. That's great. Seemed fine. Seemed like that went according to plan. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Yeah, Cindervines is for the Turbo Fog matchup, or where the Disenchant text is relevant, basically. I think I gotta mulligan this, unfortunately. Yikes. Yeah, the desktop add-on for Arena is A++, for sure. I miss you playing Magic Online. Why don't you play Magic Online or Modern anymore? I don't know. We just got done playing Modern 20 minutes ago. In Twitch chat, man. In Twitch chat. Get him out of here. Oh, he played a Grixis Goryo's Vengeance deck that was also playing Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, and we've been working to try and address those issues, MG. So, like, we added Collision, we added Moment of Craving. Like, again, I agree with your assessment, and we're working to make changes to do that.
Games. Hurry.
Sure. We've not played anything with Hydroid Crisis on stream yet. So they will have Settle the Wreckage up this turn, which is probably why they took my Gruul Spellbreaker away. I'm gonna concede to a Settle here. Really? That's... huh. Alright, was not prepared for that to happen. Interesting. I'm not playing out Growth Chamber Guardian because I don't want it to die to a Sweeper. Font of Agonies is slow and grindy. Modern is about brutal and efficient, so probably not. Nah, it's always been Spellstutter Sprite. Never not Sprite.
Time for plan B, as soon as I think of one.
Nah, Kaya's been about as mediocre as I expected her to be. It's a real shame her down tick doesn't have text. Like, if Kaya's down tick could even just exile 2-cost things, she'd probably be real reasonable. She could, like, exile Search for Escants and other stuff like that, but without that effect, it's probably just not good enough. Alright, one shot at Collision here. Yep, dead. Yeah, I don't know. I probably need another Collision on the board. Someone recommended Bedevil, and so for whoever recommended Bedevil, I would encourage you to go read Frank Carson's Mana Math article. This many black sources is not enough to cast a black spell consistently. I do think that chat hitting on our linear game plan not being good enough, so we need a little bit more interaction, is probably correct. So I think I'm going to cut these and put another Collision in the main here. I'm drag another Theater into the main too. I wouldn't mind drawing cards. Yeah, I have most of the cards on Arena. Yeah, we played Amulet yesterday, Harrison. You find the updated list on my website along with videos. No, Bedevil is black, red. Use me one sideboard card and another Moment of Craving, because that red matchup is hard. So, again, your mana base can only pull in so many directions. So, like, you can't just, like, say, yeah, we can play Chain Whirler, just adjust the mana base. Because, like, to get your mana base to cast Chain Whirler, now you have to stop casting Llanowar Elves. You have to stop casting other spells. So, like, every time you adjust your mana base, the spells you're able to cast change drastically. Okay, sweet. Can we play Light Up the Stage? Yeah, potentially. That could be a card that might be worth testing. I don't know. We have a high number of 3s in the deck, and like the more expensive cards you have in the deck, the worse a card like that gets. No, we've not played any Defender decks. We're actually gonna play one later today though. Bant Walls is a Defender deck. Drova of the Mighty. Let's Firebrand the crap out of that one. Like everyone's ever said, just play Chain Whirler, right? Yeah, there's a lot of sweet things to do. I like the idea of adding. I like the idea of adding black and red, or sorry, black or blue to the Angels deck, just so you have counterspells to deal with control. Growth Bio is also a great Magic card. So I'm choosing to not be as aggressive as possible by playing this Theater of Horrors, because I feel like this game is probably going to go a little bit long with how high their health total is at the moment, so I'd like to get as aggressive as possible here. Oh, that shock doesn't make sense because I don't have double red. That's awkward. I was thinking I could double 2-drop, but that's actually not the case. Is Theater 4 good multiples? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Let's play a 3/3 out. And remember, you can, like, play lands off of Theater 2, which is a big deal. Even if my opponent has a sweeper here, they take 4, and then we play 4 hasty power next turn, so... Yeah, playing cards like Carnage Tyrant are... That's something more for a mid-range deck. And like I said, I definitely think there's a good Judith Jund mid-range deck in the format somewhere that is yet to be found, but I don't think this deck is trying to do that. Alright, so my opponent played a ramp creature, a Rhythm of the Wild, and nothing else. Yeah, could be a Vanafear deck. That's probably a reasonable read. I'm gonna swap out these Spellbreakers for some Lava Coils, I think. Collision, probably not very good. Maybe I leave some Spellbreakers in. Yeah, 3 theaters is probably plenty. Yeah, maybe it's actually just Collision for Lava Coil. This is fine. They did play lands that give multicolor creatures 1/1 counters. That is true. Or is Rekindling Phoenix just better? I don't know. Why is Rekindling Phoenix just better? Form a coherent thought. Engage. Have a conversation. Is Rekindling Phoenix just better in every situation? Are there some situations where the dragon's better? Think about it. Awkward. Awkward. I keep this with a scribe. There's a Sun Petal Grove in their deck. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if they just had a bunch of cards they couldn't cast in their hand. Questions. My tier 2 comes up in how much beyond the tier 2 would it take for a build around? 15, McCullough. So... I think I'm just Lava Coiling their Rainbow Mana Dork in their 4-color bush. Yeah, I need to shake it off. Chat's been real obnoxious this morning. There's been a lot of people that I've timed out. I need to dwell less on them and just time them out and move on. I'll be a happier person for it. They missed a land drop, so I'm okay offering to trade elves here. That feels bad. Need a... I guess I could technically kill their elf here, but that doesn't seem particularly good. So I could do this plus Spellbreaker. This deck feels a little bit awkward so far. We had a really hard time racing mono red, and we just got stuffed by a Lyra out of another deck. You play best of 3 by clicking the toggle in the upper right hand corner of the screen. Why is there a Chaos Wand in your deck? I'm so confused. People ask for timeouts because occasionally when folks break my chat rules, they get really upset and they send me nasty messages for timing them out for breaking my chat rules. So people ask for timeouts to make fun of the people that get really upset. There's a toggle because they want to reduce the overwhelming feeling that some people can have when they get presented with a lot of choices to start. Hey, D. Labruski with the pile of sub-gifties. Thanks for the support, I appreciate it. So, if I sacrifice a creature here, I'm probably gonna get to play these anyways, but if I sacrifice a creature, I can play these pre-combat. So yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice my elf and deal some damage to them here. Theater was pretty good here. And I bumped the black-white control that I submitted. Yeah, can you do me a favor and DM me? Or send me an email letting me know which black-white control is, Brewski? Just so I make sure I bump the right one. There's some overlap between archetypes in the queue right now. So they're dead if we untap, and they don't interact with our board. McCullough, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. My dashboard loads. To more aggressive green or rhythm build around, I'll DM you ideas. Sounds good, McCullough. Hey, SCTR. You've been absurd this morning, SCTR. So we finally had a cohesive draw. So we'll play a couple more here and see if that's a fluke or not. This is a really good hit for them. They get to take away both of our Fireblade Artists. Fireblade Artist here. That being said, the Theater of Horrors is slowly pinging them to death as well. We can pay 4 and deal a damage with this. So it'll be interesting to see what they can Vanifear the Incubation Druid into. Morning extras. Second deputy. I did not shoot the sheriff, but I wish I could shoot the deputy. Judy! Judy! So sweet drop. You were saying that this deck is trying to be Jud Midrange. Is there a Midrange list from the new set? I didn't say this deck was trying to be Jud Midrange. I said explicitly that this deck is not a midrange deck. It's trying to be an aggressive deck. Alright, so they're dead on board. This steals 2, this steals 1. Jack coming through with the 4,000 IQ plays. That was some good stuff. That was a good line. I like it. Good suggestion. Chat confirmed. You're making up for the fat, dumb chat we had earlier. I appreciate you. Elemental Whisper, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. Man, let me tell you about this basic forest. Yikes. I'm on the draw. Do I risk it for the biscuit? There's not a lot of black sources in this deck. Yeah, I'm gonna mulligan. This hand's much better. How do we ever beat this card? We don't? Probably not. The black-red aggro deck for my slate is not currently in the queue, Orinal. So I get to shoot this. This comes into play. I get to pay 2, shock this in. Firebrand finishes this on the back of Judy. All right, we did it. They didn't have the second one. Fanatical Firebrand being a shock with legs is so good. It's really powerful. I'm holding on to this in case they have the 6/6 demon. They could also potentially put a blocker into play that I want a Colossus through. Yeah, I was gonna say we're flooding, but that's actually just not true, right? Because they gave us 2 lands, we've only drawn 4 lands. Really open to draw theater here for sure. Holding on to the Colossus here, let's just kill the Vivian Reed here as well. There's been a lot of good aristocrat style decks that I've seen going around. We played a few different iterations on stream, and there's also been other ones that other people have been working on. I decided to purchase a Jester bug because I always drink my morning coffee while watching you, and buying the bug doesn't even make the Jester dance. This is short-sighted on Streamline. Does my thing not have... That might be my fault. It's supposed to have merch alerts. Thank you for the heads up, McCullough. And thanks for checking out the merch shop. I will I'll have to check that. I'll make a note. I might have the wrong URL in my thing. It definitely should pop up. Them leaving Wild Growth Walker on top's a little scary. Sounds good, Kaysen. Hopefully I'll have it set up to test tomorrow. Open Broadcaster. OBS for short. Oh, this is probably going to find an Explorer creature. That's why they kept the Wild Growth Walker. Good line. Did not. Alright, so... gonna sacrifice this to kill Jade Light. Then Fireblade Artist is gonna shoot here.
Now we're getting started.
I'm not sure that I can really win a game that plays out like this, though, is the issue. Can we talk about how great this card is for half a second? Was that a good draw? Don't mind me. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
Defeat is a new beginning.
Collision Colossus is really, really good. That card is quite fantastic. Ooh, speaking of fantastic cards, that's sweet. That is a sweet one. We are behind, but not dead. Oh god, this card is so good. It's kind of unreal how good this card is. This one is definitely my pick for best card in the set. Best rare in the set. Yeah, so that's why the Hellkite's in the sideboard. The Hellkite's in the sideboard because I agree with you, it's worse in some situations, but in the positions where we want that card, I think it's better. I don't know, this matchup will actually be a really good test of, like, Hellkite versus Phoenix, right? Because, like, this is the type of matchup where I think we want that Hellkite. The fact that, like, this is, like, a reasonable card you can play early in these aggro decks that's also absurd in the late game to dump your mana into is very, very good. No, I think I just need to be aggressive here, Kaysen. While, like, obviously playing the second crab out is worse against removal, I agree with you. I can't give my opponent time to, like, draw their meaningful cards. I need to pressure them out of the game. Feels like a fixed pack, right? Yeah, it is a similar feel, for sure. I mean, why not both? You can play this card with the Explore package in a deck. That was a great example of why this card is good. Also, hats off to our Collision Colossus. This card single-handedly won us that game. You think Crab's modern playable? No. Slow, clunky, grindy card advantage is not modern playable. Stop it. That's not what modern's about. Alright, this card just gets stonewalled here, so let's cut that. Hellkite goes up over the top. Modern's about brutal efficiency. And that card is not brutally efficient. People, you want to pay 5 mana for a 4/4? People pay 1 mana for 5/5s and 1 mana for 10/10s in Modern. That's what it takes for something to be Modern playable. Turn to theater. Let's go. Looking forward to trying out Growth Chipper Guardian Golgari. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a good upgrade thing. Really? They left in Argles against us? I guess that's okay. Like, it eventually flips to gain them life, right? Would Theater have a chance to see Modern play? Again, just think about what I just said. Slow, grindy card advantage is not what Modern's about. This is slow and grindy. These types of effects are good in Standard. They are not good in Modern on average. I like this card. I think this card's really sweet. It's like a pseudo Lightning Strike. Yeah, I agree. Whatever the new non-rotating format's going to be, that'll likely be a little bit slower than Modern. Will be quite fantastic with Theater 4s and stuff like that. Deathgorge Scavenger's a pretty good one here. Do I want a collision over this? I could also just, like... I think I'm just gonna go ahead and attack here, and then if they trade, I hit them for 1, play Judith, play these 2 cards out from under theater. So like this sequence is like pretty reasonable for us. Like, I've got a lot of lands in my hand here, but like, so long as they don't take theater off the table, flooding's not that big of a deal. If they play Vivian here, they're basically trading her for theaters. Them hitting Argles here is real good for us. It means their hand's not doing anything. And this is, again, like, I feel like, and this is why I love these early format streams that we've been doing. Like, I feel like the stream today has been a great example of, like, starting with an idea that, like, the core is there, and, like, people wanted to write off this deck after playing 2 games with it, and I really feel like this has gotten to a place where, like, we're doing something meaningful and interesting with the deck that's useful. Yes, theater is really good. It's not just the cards that exile that turn. You have all of them forever. Restart your application if you're having trouble redeeming wild cards. Also, this card just gets to ping my opponent. Yeah, all of the red draw effects in this set are much better than normal. Light Up the Stage and Theater are both more powerful. You're definitely right that usually they look a little bit different than they do in this set. Wow, that getting 2 lands is really good for us. You locked them out after they had theater and they decked themselves. Yeah, there's a log file where you can check your vault progress, but other than that, no. Are they dead? This is 8. They're like pretty close to dead, right? I'm playing at least one of these. I don't think I want to play both. I think I want to leave one for a rainy day fund. This card is so impressive. If they have like a shock here, Carnival, sure. Get savaged. Welcome to Thunderdome. Bunk. Don't mind me. Thunk, 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 thunk. It's a big boy. He's seen some stuff. This does let them flip Bloodfast though, which is not irrelevant. So they do get to flip Bloodfast. I definitely have to make that play because I don't want to get blown out, but them getting to flip Bloodfast is not irrelevant here. Deathgorge Scavenger is a good one to find. Yeah, we have a game here, chat. Nice solo. Yeah, that deck is definitely very sweet. And we're getting to a point where Theater of Horrors is not only drawing cards, but it can just deal 2 damage a turn. So I'm getting into the 8 land range here. Diagonal Monkey did slap them with trees. That is, in fact, how that worked. So, I think I just let this happen. They're going to get to gain 2 off of this. But I think that's fine. So, like, their timing here is bad. So, what they should do is they should let it deal damage to this inside of combat. And then they should let me target this with the 1 damage trigger and then sack it in response. Yikes. All right, well, we have a game. We were looking pretty far ahead here, but Wild Growth Walker to Jade Light Ranger's gonna get them set back up again. Honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind another Theater of Horrors, right? So I'm gonna kill this in response, but they're still gonna gain 6 here. We're through 2 Judys, right? Yeah. Have another Explorer creature. Yikes. They did miss a chance to gain 1 second in response. That's true. Maybe they have a plan for this mana. I did end step ping. I only had 1 mana up. My Llanowar Elves was summoning sick. Yeah, they saved it to sack the Wild Growth Walker here, which they're gonna get paid off for since we drew Lava Coil, right? So like now they get to sack this Wild Growth Walker and gain another 5, and more importantly, it doesn't get exiled now. So like the fact that I allowed them to flip their blood fast is like potentially winning them this game. Like we mentioned, it seemed a little bit awkward to have it against aggro, but it's definitely working out pretty well here for them. Definitely want to play every land I draw, so that way I can have more lands to ping with Theater of Horrors. Sounds good, McCullough. I'm gonna be going till about 4 o'clock or so. So I probably get back to you about 5 once I do all my end of stream stuff. The triple theater ping, right? And like, depending on how good their leftovers are here, we might still be ahead. Like, again, our average card quality is much lower than theirs, but with Theater of Horrors, we just get more cards. The card pool on Arena is just standard. Yes, Theater is the only reason we are in this game. Completely agree. I actually have 3 more in my deck, so hopefully we find another Theater sometime soon here. Rough.
I've lost so much already. I won't lose more. This is nothing.
I mean, it's hard to complain that Theater did a lot of work for us. So I only have to attack one of these at Vivian, because if they block the one going at Vivian, the trigger kills Vivian. If you don't choose an avatar after you install Magic Arena, you get a random one every turn, every game, every screen, basically.
I've seen worse.
Let's finish this off. Upload your Nexus Fog list. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, all of the decks that I've played get archived there, and you can find the deck list in the video description. So the deck list is already up there. We need Crab Guy. Crab Guy would be absurd. Crab Guy or Theater, like both of those cards would be good. Gosh, Crab Guy would just put infinite power into play, huh? That would be really good. I totally forgot we had Growth Chamber Guardian to draw 2 still. Oh, they could have blocked the Viv attack and then sacked. Yeah, that's true. It's a good thing to point out. So, I'm going to give this haste, and then I'll attack with it. Which doesn't look inconspicuous at all, because I'm just trading creatures here, right? But after they block, we get to give them a tree. I think I like this build better than the mid-range deck we played yesterday. I definitely wasn't happy with where this started, but I'm pretty happy with where we've ended up. And, like, this doesn't even do anything because this gives it trample as well, so just, like, thunk. Okay. 1 crab, please. 1 crab, please. I'm gonna hold 1 land. Never hold 2 lands in your Theater of Horrors deck, but holding 1 land is fine. Yoink! 1 wet fart. 2 wet farts. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the 3rd one in my hand. I can't play it out even if I wanted to. Give him the claw! Give him the claw! Bitch, 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 bitch. Quirp, quirp, quirp. Whoop, whoop. Aw, man. Makes this rude. Judy! Alright, so Judy, what does Judy mean? Am I supposed to play... Judy doesn't kill the Phoenix, so the Phoenix egg trigger goes in the stack at the same time your Judy trigger goes in the stack, and you have to choose the target for your trigger at the same time. No, you can't blow up the totem. That's not how magic works. No, both the triggers go on the stack at the same time. I think I play the other growth chamber and then pass. Oh, they're gaining 3 a turn. I guess I could play Judy and Smash. I think we're just in the make them have it range. Because if they want to trade with a Growth Chamber Guardian here, they then don't gain 3. Yeah, Tempo plus Phoenix is really good. So again, I have to choose a target here before the egg comes into play, so I don't get an opportunity to kill the egg. And I think I hold on to this. Do I hold on to... No, I'm going to play this because this puts them dead through a piece of spot removal. Oh, they're dead through a... Well, they're not dead through a sweeper. Because, well, if they draw a sweeper, they'll get rid of their bird, right? Because if they hit Finality, they can as-can to this. This is a sweet game. Yeah, I like where we ended up here, for sure. This game was a great example of, like, Theater plus Growth Chamber. That doesn't bode well for us. They should have attacked us there, obviously. But this is probably a Finality. Well, if they gained 3 there, they wouldn't have traded with my 5/4. So, looks like they drew a thing. Which means I've got 3 theaters in 30 cards. Let's draw one of those. Nope, just dead. Sweet. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever out in the world. We're up to almost 2,000 people in chat. That's really awesome. Thanks for dropping in today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Standard, Best of 3 on Magic Arena 5, 6, 7 days a week sometimes. As always, a big shout out to all my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support. They are quite literally the folks that keep me employed. Past my subscribers, the other folks that help keep me around, are my wonderful sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. They do Standard, Modern, and Legacy. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well as at twitch.tv/NRG series. Neo, that's what I was snacking on earlier, provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars. Using code Hoagland at bit.ly/HugoBar, you can save 10% on all of your orders there with them. BCW Supplies would love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic accessories there with them. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Thanks for dropping in here today. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch, and I appreciate you choosing to spend some of your time with us. I like how you're growing each day. Yep. Standard. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for the compliment, Freedom. Yeah, standard's pretty wild right now. So I think I'm happy with where we ended up at. I feel like that last match against the Jund midrange deck that our opponent was playing really kind of highlighted how powerful some of the changes that we made to the deck were. Like, Theater of Horrors is just such a fantastic card, and this is one of the split cards that I just really, really love. That game really showed how even when the collision part of this card isn't relevant for shooting down flyers, this card is basically a pseudo removal spell when it comes to punching through blockers. Morning, Anner. Yeah, so as far as takeaways from this deck do my sponsors pay me per viewer? Some of them do and some of them don't. It's a mix. Different contracts with everybody, basically. I cheered some bitches today for Blackguard Israel with the Q. It's still at 10 points in another decade. I might have missed it, Paradise Sal. Was it? Do you know how much it was? Drop me a DM me. Sometimes I miss them. Yesterday was a really long day, so I wouldn't be surprised if I missed it by mistake. My takeaway from this deck is I like the core of what it was doing a lot. Llanowar Elves with both of these 3-drops felt very reasonable. I think the most underwhelming card in this deck is probably Zhur-Taa Goblin, but honestly, it might just be that, like, this is our filler card that we sideboard out in most games. Like, a lot of times your aggressive decks slow down a little bit and get bigger post sideboard, and in this deck, I think this Goblin is probably that card. Like, a 2/2 haste or a possible 3/3 is, like, okay in a lot of game ones, but, like, pivoting into being able to, like, have more theaters or vine mares or hellkites post board seems reasonable, or bring in more removal. Hey, good, bad, and ugly, thanks for the 4 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, what do we got going on next? We're moving along to Mardu Knights next.